Make a few opening comments, and then we'll take questions. If you have a question, please note in the chat section. All right, Coach.
Okay, first of all, we're glad to be back home. Like I said, the week one atmosphere was really good, and really looking forward to being back home. Looking at Arkansas, they had a huge, really a big time win against a ranked team on the road. Very impressive when you watch them on film. Defensively, their defense coordinator Barry Odom is one of the best there is, and what he did against that offense that set SEC all-time records a week before, he deserves 2 Coach of the Week awards with everything that he did with that. You look at their defense; they forced 6 turnovers the first 2 games. I think they're second in the league in red zone defense, and then of course their linebacker Bumper Pool. I think he's leading the league in tackles and having 20 last week. I mean, that was really unbelievable to watch. Offensively, I've always been impressed with Felipe Franks and the way that he's playing and running the offense. Very impressed with when he gets outside the pocket. He's very accurate and he can hurt you with his legs too. But like I said, overall, playing a team that's coming off a big win, and but we're glad to be back home and to get to try to get back on track. Looking at this 10-game SEC schedule. Questions.
First questions from Brian Matthews.
Hi, Coach. Thanks for speaking to us. Wanted to ask you about Seth Williams and KJ Britt. They looked a little banged up by the end of that game. What's their status for this week?
Yeah, we're hopeful. With all of our guys. It wasn't just them. There was quite a few that were banged up. We had quite a few that were banged up going in, but hopefully we'll have all hands on deck.
Thank you, Coach.
Next is Jeff Spiegel.
Yes, good morning, Gus. I wanted to ask you that, in this state, college football fans cannot relate to a 20-game SEC losing streak. You spent a lot of time in Arkansas. Can you speak to the passion that fan base has about football, maybe the sense of relief they feel after finally winning, and the energy that football team is going to bring to Jordan-Hare Stadium Saturday?
Well, like I said earlier, just very impressed with not just winning, but beating a really good team that set SEC records, all-time records the week before. And then anytime you win a road game in this league, it's extremely tough. So you put all those together, obviously, they'll come in here ready to play. Their head coach, Sam Pittman's doing a great job. He's got his team playing very well, playing with great passion, and so we're expecting to get their best.
Next is Tom Green.
Hey, Gus. Bo said Saturday after the game that it was just the game was really moving too fast for him out there. Chad mentioned in the preseason that one of the characteristics of his best quarterbacks is that the game really slows down for them, and that he saw that out of Bo in fall camp. Just what can you guys do to make it slow down for Bo moving forward, aside from just being more balanced offensively?
Well, they made us one-dimensional, okay? So that was probably where it started. That's probably where a lot of that came from. And we were behind. And anytime you're trying to play catch-up against a really good defense that can really rush the passer, I'm sure that's really where that was coming from. But I think the big thing is just, to help him out to be more balanced. And, to be balanced, you've got to be successful running the football too. So, we'll work extremely hard on that moving forward, and I think that'll be a big key.
Next is Mark Murphy.
Yes, Gus, what's your assessment of the kicking, punting, returns, and punt, return, and kickoff coverage so far?
Yeah, obviously the kick coverage, at the first one they got a good one that very first kickoff. But I think overall our guys have covered pretty well. Our punters, we're still trying to figure out exactly which punter to go with, and I think at times both of them have had a few good kicks. In our return game, we just hadn't had that many opportunities. So hopefully that'll move forward.
Thanks.
Next is Steve Bolton.
Yes, Coach. I know you mentioned it there in your opening comments, but just defensively, specifically the linebacker core for Arkansas. What have you seen out of Barry Odom's defense this year, Coach?
Well, I mean, you're talking about, I think, two very good outings. I mean, we played Georgia last week, and, I thought he did a very good job against them the first week with his scheme and plan. And then, of course, what he did last week, like I said, he deserves 2 Coach of the Week awards. And, he's always been one of the best, doesn't surprise me, and he'll have a good plan against us. So, we'll have to be executing at a high level.
And you mentioned being beat up, Coach. How physical do you think you guys are going to be this week?
Well, we better be real physical. I mean, that's something that we need to, keep improving each week. And like I said, we're in week 3. We had a 6-week fall camp, a little bit different, and we chose to have a physical fall camp, and we really feel like that'll pay off. And so yeah, we're a little bit banged up, but I think a lot of teams are right now, and we're back at home, and we just need to get healed up, and our guys will be ready.
Next is Justin Ferguson.
Hey, Gus, what's the approach been with the offensive line this week after what was a really tough game against Georgia? I know you said you were thinking about, trying to settle into a strong 5 heading into this game. What's the latest?
I think Chad and Coach Bicknell are putting their heads together on exactly what that's going to look like. And like I told you after the game, or like Sunday, just we got to start settling in, and we will. We'll see what that looks like this week. I know there's going to be some more competition, but that's something that we're moving forward with.
Next is Jordan Hill.
Gus, you guys have familiarity with Sam Pittman and Barry Odom, but now that they're on this staff, what are traits that you guys see in this Arkansas team that you guys are used to from when Sam was at Georgia and then when Barry was at Missouri?
Well, what stands out to me is they're playing extremely hard, and when you got a team that's playing extremely hard, that I believe that's coaching. So hats off to those guys. They're off to a very good start. And like I said, I think Sam is he's a football coach, and he's got those guys playing extremely hard.
Next is Nathan King.
Hey, Gus, I was wondering if you had any sort of COVID update from your team following the Georgia game and what you guys' results look like at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, we had another good test, I guess, Sunday's return, so that'll be key moving forward. We get tested again today and tested Thursday, so hopefully that'll be a positive outlook.
Next is Gianna Hahn.
Hi, Gus. In what ways will Chad Morris's familiarity with the team be able to help you leading up to the game this Saturday?
I'm not for sure about that question. I mean, he knows some of their players, but they're doing different things now. And like I said earlier, they're playing extremely hard. So, we'll see what happens.
Got a follow-up from Jeff Spiegel.
Gus, sometimes a transfer can come in and just inject a lot of energy into a team and really make a big difference. How has Felipe Franks done that for the Hogs?
Yeah, it looks to me like, he's confident, and you can tell his offensive guys are confident around him. And like I said earlier, I mean, I was always impressed with him at Florida. And so he's a veteran guy that understands the league and understands what it's like to start in this league. So, I think it gives him some stability, at that position.
Tom Green is next.
Hey, Gus, just for clarification on the COVID testing, when you say it was another good round of testing, does that mean no new positives?
That's correct.
Next is Steve Moulton.
Coach, I was wondering if y'all have a game plan in store for the potential of a hurricane this weekend.
We're preparing like it's going to be wet. Right now, as it gets closer in the week, we'll kind of know more about everything. But we are preparing for it to be raining, and we'll see as it gets closer what specifically that'll look like.
And how physical do you think your practices will be this week in preparation for the game?
Well, I mean, we got to keep developing. I mean, we've got to get better, and so that's what we're going to continue to do. So we're going to practice and practice with a mindset that we got to improve. Our guys understand that, and they will. like I said, that was an experience that we can take. That's behind us now. That we can improve and get better because of it. And that's the way we're looking at it. And like I said, our goal moving forward is to get better each week, and really believe the teams that can do that specifically this year with the unique circumstances, I think will have the advantage. And the great thing for us is that we've got the potential to do that, and really believe we will do that.
Justin Ferguson is next.
Hey Gus, what did you specifically like after watching the film from what Tank did on Saturday night? He had a pretty big game, receiving and running.
He played hard. I mean, that was really what stood out to me. He played hard with passion. I mean, he could have done some things better, but he played extremely hard, and he played with passion. And that's really what what you look for, from a coach.
Mark Murphy's next.
I wanted to ask you about your two junior college offensive tackle transfers. How are they coming along?
Yeah, they're coming along. We actually gave they gave them some reps Sunday. We actually let our guys practice a little bit more than normally would on Sunday. Try to develop not just those two, but some other guys too, and just develop more depth as we move forward. But both those guys will definitely help us in the future, and we just keep bringing those guys along.
Is Killian getting back to full speed?
He's not quite back to full speed, but he's battling through it and getting better, and you can see he is improving. Each week you see improvement with that knee. So, like I said, we'll keep developing.
Thanks.
Got a follow-up from Jeff Spiegel.
Guys, how much did COVID-19 disrupt or hamper the development of your offensive line offseason?
Yeah, there's no doubt it was a factor, but I would assume it's a factor in every program around the country, and just, the continuity of an offensive line. You need the same guy beside you for repeated reps so they can communicate, work together. And like I said, the hard thing in fall camp is we didn't have all 5 guys at any time for any week. So, the good thing is this group will improve each week, and that continuity. And we've had like 3 weeks in a row where we do have the continuity. So we'll improve. And like I said earlier, I mean, teams that improve each week in this league in this day and time with the new circumstances are going to have an advantage. So we need to be one of those teams that do that.
All right, Coach, we got time for a few more. Next is Jason Caldwell.
Yes, I guess first update on Big Cat. Is he back to full speed? And then just talk about the pass rush and how important it's going to be to find that guy.
Yeah, I think Big Cat practiced Sunday and looked like he got through it fine, and he'll keep improving. And of course, he's a big factor with our pass rush, and that's one area that we're going to work hard on to get more pressure on the quarterback.
And our last question today, Coach, is a follow-up from Mark Murphy.
How did Nehemiah Pritchett do in his first college start?
I thought he did some good things in the coverage game. And there's nothing like your first start, and he'll have the ability to improve each game. But I thought he competed.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.